gossip.
The Yavapai County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating a 34-year-old Utah man.
Well, at the end of 2020, the FBI says there were nearly 89,000 active missing persons cases in the United States.
Well, missing without a trace, even with all the technological advances that can happen to any one of us.
Here at home, a deadly discovery is drawing investigators to a lake in Deerfield Beach. We're told a body was found in a sunken car.
According to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, over 600,000 individuals go missing in the United States every year. Fortunately, many missing children and adults are quickly found, alive and well. However, tens of thousands of individuals remain missing, and are never found or seen again. A small subset of the missing persons go missing along with their vehicles, which brings a whole other level of mystery to the situation. Some of these cases are most likely unsolved murders. Others are probably people who wanted to escape from somewhere, or somebody, and are missing on purpose. But even if we factor in those two likely scenarios, there are still many cases where people, and their vehicles, seemingly vanish into thin air, as if they have been wiped off the face of the earth. Where are these people going? And with all of our modern-day technology, why can't we find them? r/unresolved mysteries. A subreddit dedicated to the unresolved mysteries of the world. User Not Forgotten Project posted a map and details of 200 plus missing people whose vehicles are missing, and info on submerged vehicles. Although many of the links in the post are outdated, and some of the cases mentioned in their spreadsheet have been solved, this post was a great resource of information. And it gave rise to another user creating a map, which you will see in a moment.
I have been compiling cases of missing people whose vehicles still appear to be missing as well. Currently the list stands at 209 people. You can find a map with all of the cases here, notforgottenproject.com. At this point I have no idea how many more of these cases there are, although I have at least a few more I need to add. I mostly compiled the list by combing through missing people with vehicle info on Nulmas and some additional searching of specific phrases within Charlie Project and Web Sleuths, but I've also stumbled upon people I didn't manage to find, including Marjorie Wilson, who user Zabo84 posted about here on Sunday. At best it is a work in progress.
The user posted a spreadsheet of over 200 cases of missing people and their vehicles and then talked about submerged cars.
As far as I know, there's no national record keeping for cases in which a person dies after their vehicle goes into a body of water. Florida, which likely has the highest number of these cases, passed a bill last year requiring more roads to have guardrails, but roads do not need to comply until 2018, so it remains to be seen how effective it will be at preventing future deaths. I've collected details on dozens of these cases, and here are a few things I've noticed. Most times the submerged vehicle is located within a week. Often the vehicle is either seen going into the water or is seen a short time later because it is only partially submerged or is revealed by a receding water level. Other times some other visual evidence leads to the discovery, like tire tracks or broken parts of the vehicle or the appearance of oil on top of the water. Once the first week passes, it becomes difficult to predict how long it will take a missing person and their vehicle to be found if they are indeed submerged in a body of water. Even if authorities believe that a body of water needs to be searched, they aren't necessarily equipped with the technology and experience they may need to find the vehicle.
The user also discussed the resolution of some cases.
Cases in which a person is missing with a vehicle are resolved in a variety of ways. There are voluntary disappearances, vehicles eventually found while the person remains missing, accidents that happen in dense brush or over cliffs or in a remote area, and sometimes the occurrence of a crime against the missing person, though this may also involve a submerged vehicle. I've chosen to focus on submerged vehicles not only because it is perhaps the most likely resolution in many of these cases, but also because we just might be able to help. In many cases I think it comes down to searching the right body of water with the right piece of equipment.
User Raylux Song took the data compiled by Not Forgotten Project and created an updated map of people missing with their vehicles. What's interesting is that there seem to be clusters of missing people in Florida, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, the Upper West Coast around Oregon and Washington State, and southern states like Georgia, Arkansas. Overall, people that go missing with their cars are usually close to the ocean. But as you can see, many are also in the Midwest, away from many oceans. Taking into account accidents and murders, there is still a percent of people who go missing with their cars. The fact of the matter is that some people want to go missing. It could be a situation where someone is running from domestic violence. In another scenario, maybe someone is looking to collect insurance money. Some people have been known to fake their own death and hide their vehicle to escape their debt. In 1999, former TV host Roberto De Heredia was due to appear in court on charges relating to the bombing of Sydney couple Brett Boyd and Simone Farrow in 1998 after a disagreement over money. Roberto De Heredia allegedly faked his death by abandoning his blood-covered car shortly before he was due to appear in court. Traveling to Spain via Bali on a stolen passport, Roberto De Heredia reinvented himself a foreign exchange trader with multiple identities. He remained at large for 17 years until he was arrested at Gatwick Airport in 2016. In 2009, William Grothe staged his own murder and even claimed to be the murderer. One day, for no apparent reason, he abandoned his car in a Nashville park, left his belongings littered around the town and ran away. Later, he disguised his voice and called the police claiming to be his own killer, but the police weren't fooled. They found him hiding in a motel in Montana a few weeks later. No one really knows why Grothe faked his own death, but his $1 million life insurance policy could have been the motivating factor. According to the U.S. Department of State, there is an estimated 24.9 million victims of human trafficking worldwide at any given time. It is a crime of exploitation. Traffickers profit at the expense of their victims by compelling them to perform labor or to engage in commercial sex in every region of the United States and around the world. Haley West, a woman from Cincinnati, explained in a viral TikTok video that a suspicious man approached her in a parking lot while she walked to her car. She ignored him and hid out in a nearby store until she was sure he was gone. When she returned, she noticed a water bottle sitting on her hood. Another TikToker named Elle responded that it is a tactic used by human traffickers and kidnappers to get people to exit their vehicles, to take them and possibly their car. If you have this happen and something is on the hood of your car when you come back to it, leave it there, drive away, it'll fall off on its own, she warned.
Made sure he wasn't still out here. When I came back out here, there was a water bottle on my hood.
I'm going to leave her information below so you can see the original video, but basically what happened was she was followed by a man, and then when she came back to her vehicle after seeking out help, a water bottle was left on the hood of her car. This is a tactic used by traffickers and kidnappers to get you to exit your vehicle and take whatever is on top of the car off. If you have this happen and something is on the hood of your car when you come back to it, leave it there, drive away, it'll fall off on its own. If you feel extremely threatened by the person that was bothering you, drive to a police station or to an auto body shop. They can look underneath your car and see if there are trackers there. Yes, believe it or not, GPS trackers can be put on the bottom of your car and they can give off your location for a certain amount of time. Never go straight home. Traffickers don't care how old you are, they don't care what you're wearing, they don't care about your size. If they want you, they'll try to get you. Always be aware of your surroundings. Try to go shop with a friend. I know it's hard during COVID. Keep pepper spray or a protective device on you.
When it comes to the topic of extraterrestrials and alien abductions, many people get uncomfortable and extremely skeptical. But fact is that many people each year claim to have been abducted by aliens. And some people who claim to have been abducted have real signs of PTSD. Researchers at Zaragoza University in Spain concluded that almost half of believers may qualify for PTSD diagnoses. Out of 19 people claiming to have been taken by aliens, 9 of them met the criteria for PTSD, a rate of 47%. Compare that to people were kidnapped by other humans, 46% of whom, about 15 people. 36% of Americans, about 80 million people, believe UFOs exist, and a tenth believe they have spotted one, National Geographic study shows. People like the late Harvard psychiatrist Johnny Mack, Bud Hopkins and David Jacobs spent large portions of their careers interviewing and documenting alien abductees and their stories. Many of the people who were interviewed claimed that aliens could take them at any given time, no matter what they were doing or where they were, even while driving their cars down the highway. Any alien civilization that has the technology to come to Earth from another planet would also most likely have the capabilities to take a car into their ships at will. Such a technology would seem impossible, but so would an iPhone to someone in the 1800s. Join our cult of tinfoil hat wearers. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.